Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. I am the Buddha Baddie here. I'm a psychic and intuitive medium who gets messages that I channel from spirit. And then I give you guys those messages to see what you guys need to be aware of, what you guys need to know, what's going down in the energy, and just what spirit wants to channel through me. I haven't done like a face to camera video in a while, and I do apologize for that. I really like making these videos because I feel like they're more intimate, and I feel like I can actually like really expand on things and expand on what I'm trying to emphasize to others in a more in-depth way. I feel like I've been doing videos that are more like energy off others, like it's more based off like what's the current energy of those around you, kind of like tapping into your energy. Because yeah, I've been picking up this energy a lot with the Three of Swords here. There has been a lot of reflection happening. There's been a lot of there is this energy of like healing a lot. The past could have been very one on my timer. I feel like your angels and your guides right now are really helping you move through a period of time that could have been very isolating, heartbreaking, confusing. I feel like you had to really shatter a lot of illusions to get to where you are now. And I feel like the past could have really put you in some sort of mindset or in some sort of like, in some sort of kind of situation that made you feel very fear based. Like there is this energy. I was picking up the devil energy. The devil is, all about mind control. It's about toxicity, it's about low vibrational habits, toxic patterns, and a lot of the reason why the devil can take your energy so much is if you allow it to. You could fall victim to it. You could fall victim to allowing the devil to really get into your mind. This stops you from doing things you want to do. This stops you from being who you want to be. I feel like um, that energy is kind of being swept away right now. I really am picking up like this feeling of like things are really finally like really being tempered out. I feel like situations where you might have felt like there was a lot of tension, conflict, a lot of like negative energy, I feel like is really being like washed away. And this is due to the fact that you are really healing from situations. You're really releasing guilt here because the devil can taint your mind. The devil can make you think that it's this energy of like, why me, things are always happening against me, things are always negative. It's in that fear-based mentality. The devil wants to chain you down, essentially. The devil wants to make you keep putting you in this heartbreak energy. And there's been a lot with like my throat chakra. I feel like there is an activation happening. Things are really cooling down for you. Things are really kind of coming into place here. But there could have been a lot of like clouded vision around you. I'm getting this energy of people could have been placing like a lot of dark magic, 333 I just saw, on you to really stop your path. When it comes to light beings, especially dealing with people who have, evil entities attached to them or, narcissistic personalities. Um, it's almost like their duty is to destroy you. It's like their duty is to, keep you trapped in your mind. And I know for a lot of the collective, what has been going down right now, it's been a lot of spiritual warfare. It's been a lot of spiritual warfare. And I feel like spirit is really making you guys notice what grudges you're holding, because those grudges are inevitably what is really weighing you down. Someone's doing spell work on you, right? And it makes you, in your head, it makes you overthink, it makes you frustrated. Even just picking up on someone else's low vibrational energy, I know that that can be very annoying, and I get it. And it's harder, said than done when it comes to people who, may lack boundaries, or it's kind of hard to discuss boundaries with them because even if they understand that you have boundaries, they still disrespect it, or they still try to warp it in some type of way. But a lot of it does have to do with your strength and your your ability to really um really set those boundaries and not back down, because there is this level of people pleasing that I feel like the collective has really been, going through when it comes to transformations, when it comes to things really changing. I feel like you are coming into a place where a lot of this heartbreak energy, a lot of this, do they love me, do they love me not, illusions being shattered, they're coming to an end here. This has to do a lot with third party situations, karmic interferences, karmic relationships. A lot of them are essentially teaching you guys lessons. They're really telling you and tapping you into this kind of they're tapping you into this ability to really see through the fog, this ability to really see through it. I feel like the devil does want to taint your energy. The devil wants you to be 555 on my timer. The devil doesn't want you to have a positive outlook. The devil wants to wrap itself in your mind and make you constantly be in this energy, constantly being like, oh, this person is hating me, this person does this. It's like the victim mentality, right? And I totally, I admit I fall victim to it as well. Like, it's that kind of willingness to allow yourself to really see that without feeling, ashamed or without feeling guilty, because a lot of times that does kind of tap into your energy field and it does make you feel off balance, like someone coming into your energy to disrupt you, or someone coming into your energy just to like talk crap or just to like really bring your vibration down. Like obviously that's going to be, affecting you in some type of way. But be mindful that it is your duty to really get yourself together, basically. And I've been having to really face myself in the mirror lately. I feel like this is also some type of lesson that's helping you really like face your shadow side in a way where you're more comfortable with being able to really like speak up for yourself. You're more comfortable with being able to be in your own energy and not allow yourself to feel kind of like on edge because of other people's uncomfortable um, feelings towards you. It's like if you're in an energy that is very strong, very magnetic here, I'm getting temperance energy from you guys, a lot of balance in your energy. You guys are very patient people. I feel like you guys are very divinely guided. You guys have a lot of angelic presence around you. That does tend to catch other people's eyes. That does tend to catch other people's, attention. And a lot of times that attention could be negative. But on the other hand, it could definitely be positive. But it's a lot how you perceive it as well. Um, if you're thinking negatively, if you're thinking from a lower standpoint, if you're thinking low on yourself, if you're having a bad day, and I totally understand everyone has bad days, like that's totally fine. But if you're having a bad day and you're constantly revolving those thoughts around, oh, I feel like this, I feel like that, essentially when you're talking to people and they're bringing up things, you're going to really attach it to yourself in a negative way. You're going to see things negatively. And that just happens with the rhythm of life, but it's very important to really like, okay, my mic's on, just making sure. It's really important to kind of like watch yourself. Be very mindful of kind of what is really making you feel some type of way. um there is energy of a lot of like repressed sexual energy you guys might be having. I'm not gonna lie, you guys might be having this kind of like creativity block, and I feel like it's due to your sacral chakra really feeling a little bit kind of blocked. This has to do with your creativity, this has to do with your passion, your sensuality, your drive, your life force, right? And this three of swords energy is really, it's essentially hitting the fact that you are, it's really like it's stabbing your heart. I feel like it's really making you feel clouded, like your judgment. It's like this energy of like you know maybe even having like sex magic placed on you guys. um but that kind of energy I feel like is really like warping your perspective on where you're going right now. That's really the energy I'm getting, because yeah, there's a lot of mind games here, a lot of mind games happening here. I feel like you guys are being this brand new passionate beginning. I'm telling you, sacral chakra energy, there's a lot of passion coming towards you. You guys are really your life force is getting really kind of, I heard reevaluated. It's getting reevaluated. It's getting reconstructed here. I feel like it's like the more you connect, 10 10 on my timer, the more you connect to nature, the more you connect to, your truest self, the more aligned you are with your passions, the more you are aligned with your kind of creative energy. I feel like you guys are moving past a tough time where there was a lot of like I said, spell work, manipulation, um, devil energy that has really been tainting your mind. It's really been making you feel low on yourself. It's really been making you guys feel um tired. Um, and it's really important to do spiritual cleanses, because if you're around people who are in the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, like clearly these people are going to try at all costs to win, um, to keep you out in the cold or to make you feel some type of way when it comes to being out in the cold. I feel like there's a lot about people really, trying to cause tension here, trying to cause arguments here. Um, a lot of pettiness, a lot of sabotage in order to make you feel like closed, like your door is closed for you, make you feel like your options aren't there, basically, make you feel like you can't see um what's ahead. I feel like there is this energy of like really having to look within on why you allow these energies to really infiltrate yours. And I admit that I allow it to sometimes affect me. But as long as you're aware and conscious and you bring yourself back to reality, because that's the most important thing you guys gotta do. Because I myself like think in my head a lot. I'm a very big conscious thinker. And with spiritual people, we do have this very like 12 12 my timer. We do have this very intrinsic way of thinking. We're very connected. We are very aware of kind of people's energies towards us. And I feel like a lot of the times that has to do with, us really being super consciously aware of other people's actions, to the point 1 2 3 4 my timer, to the point that it like kind of like stops us from being able to be fully free, to do what we please, because we're, in this kind of people pleaser mentality. We're kind of working with um, feeling like we don't want to sway other people in the wrong direction. So instead, we keep quiet to ourselves. But this can kind of hinder a lot when it comes to self growth, when it comes to just boundaries, because a lot of the times when, and a lot about like your power too, it's like it's important to reclaim your power. If you have these people, playing mind games on you, 13 13 on my timer, doing death magic on you guys, right, trying to end you guys, trying to whatever crazy shit they do, because they do it. They love to do it. That's just what they love doing, right, these karmic, yeah, they love it. Whatever they do, it's a lot of pettiness, it's a lot of low vibrational energy, and it's your decision basically to allow it to really bring you down to your knees, essentially. And it's really important to keep that kind of mentality of like, haters are my motivators. It can be hard sometimes, your mind wants to take you to a dark place sometimes, I get it. um but don't allow those windows of opportunity to close, because you're so focused on other people's own perceptions of you. You're so focused on other people's own intentions with you, right? 14 14 on my timer. um I feel like this new beginning here is gonna have a lot of people, I heard, in disbelief, in shock. It's gonna have a lot of people essentially feeling blocked, because I feel like you're gonna be given such a new vitality to you that it's almost like these people can't really affect you in the way that they could have in the past. And I think that this energy is definitely going to disrupt a lot of other people's foundations here. They're going to be feeling very out in the cold. They're going to be feeling very abandoned here. They're going to be feeling very even heartbroken. I'm getting like this is a mirrored energy happening. The more you grow, the more you invest in yourself, the more you kind of Don't allow these energies to really like intimidate you or confuse you or keep you from moving forward. um, the more you're able to kind of steer clear of this energy, the more you're able to kind of awaken to the fact 1515 on my timer, which is the devil energy. The more you're able to awaken to the fact that the devil can only control your mind if you're focused on it, if you're in a low vibration, if you're in this fear-based thought. And as a high vibrational being, as someone who is divine, you have divinity within you. It's really hard for you to be, even if you are feeling low or feeling like you're at a lower vibration, you're still higher, you're at a higher frequency than those who are still in karmic energy. So even if you're feeling like you're in this low vibration, a lot of the times you're not. You're just really susceptible to the fact that that energy is kind of around you, and it's really tainting your perception. It's really making you feel lower. It's making you feel like you're attached to karmic energy. And it's because if you're walking around people, or if you're around people, and I know it's harder said than done, because sometimes the energy around you is like, it's inevitable. You 1660 number timer, you can't really like stop it. It's like people around you could be karmic people, and you have to live with it. But a lot of it is people who have karmic debt attached to them, and you could have already cleared karmic debt, or you could have this kind of clearing of your energy field, which is important to take spiritual cleanses, do a lot of spiritual protection, up the ante, guys. And I know I have to be aware of that, because I have to up the ante way more. I've been a little bit lackluster with that category and that specific area. But basically, I feel like this is a wake-up call, myself included, to really cleanse your energy again. Know what's your energy and what isn't your energy. I feel like it's like this karmic energy kind of wants to take you down, make you feel small, make you feel conflicted, due to the fact that you are healing, due to the fact that you are 1717 on my timer, which is the star, due to the fact that you are a star, due to the fact that you shine bright, due to the fact that you are magnetic, whether they want to accept it or not, whether they want to deny it or not, you are very magnetic. You are very attractive. You are very inspiring, very inspirational to people, and you are a light being. You are someone who is here for a bigger life purpose, and this could do with performance. It can do with it could do with anything, basically. Just you have this purpose here. You're a chosen one. You're meant to really enlighten others um you know with your energy. And a lot of the times, um light workers have a very, even like healers, they have to go through a lot to be in that position, of authority, because healers go through a lot of um, situations as well, like wounded warrior energy, nine of wands energy, a lot of spiritual attacks. Healers have to go through a lot of spiritual attacks in order to get to where they are, in order to really be able to provide that resource for others, to really give others a perspective on situations, because where they come from, they've learned a lot, they've experienced a lot to get to where they are, to really communicate what they know. And this could be like, again, with the star energy, you can be like a performer, right? And maybe you're meant to make music, and that music should really um, tap into what you've gone through, tap into what situations, um, how you feel, your emotions, that raw energy that you have consumed in you, or you have, that is waiting to be conceptualized. This could be art. Maybe you're an artist. This could be tarot. Maybe you're a tarot reader, and you're meant to really, like I'm doing right now, really meant to channel energies and show others. I'm also just speaking from like experience, because like I'm a guitarist and I like to sing. And I feel like there's this energy of like, whatever it is, whatever this heartbreaking feeling is, or whatever this like heartache and loss feeling is, it's ultimately bringing you towards this new beginning that's going to be very satisfactory is what I heard. Satisfactory. Basically, yeah, taking action here. King of Swords. Oh, yeah, something. Yeah. So there is this energy. Okay. Yeah, it's like switching it up. I feel like someone wants you like all sideways is what I'm getting. Someone wants you sideways. Someone does not want, it's like someone wants to keep you in this like tilted kind of energy. But it's like this person is taking notes from you, which is so funny to me. It's so ironic, right? King of Swords, that's someone who's very clear. Excuse me, spiritual burps. That is someone who is very, very direct. This could be someone who's pretty cold, pretty detached from their emotions. So they really speak from a place of just like, just communication. They speak from a place of logic usually. These are people who just really think a lot. This is a lot of like sword mentality, and this is like the painful sword energy. So I feel like this could be like someone who, could be dealing with the fact that they deal with also this they deal with this energy 2112 on my timer that is very like logic based. So basically, it could be this energy of a lot of people like 2121 on my timer. Like you could be someone who's very empathetic, right? You could be someone who really feels a lot, very intuitive, very emotional. But instead of like channeling all your energy into that painful feeling of emotion just to destruct yourself, focus on making it an outlet. Like focus on ways that you can really channel that energy, channel that rage, that anger, that sadness, that emotion into something great is what I'm getting from this. I'm kind of liking the energy. You see, it's like you feel that pain, but once you like embody it, embrace it, go through it, you feel a lot more free essentially, because like at least you're vulnerable enough to actually like feel the feelings of what you feel and become aware of it. Not everyone always wants to face their shadow side, right? That could be very intense. 2222 on my timer. Facing your shadow side means having to do a lot with like facing those inner parts of yourself that you don't want to look at, right? Facing those inner parts of yourself that make you feel embarrassed, ashamed, discontent. Those feelings are essentially what creates that kind of construct within you. Um, and it's important to really like embrace that side of you, 2255. That's the way that you are able to really like get through painful situations. Sometimes you have to really tap into your more villain side, I would say. Sometimes you have to tap into your more, cold, detached self. I feel like there is this energy where it's like the more you embody this kind of, I was going to say rigid, but I shouldn't say rigid, 2323 my timer. The more you embody this kind of like direct, logistical way of thinking, 2332 on my timer, the more balance is going to be restored in your life. The more creativity I feel like is going to come into your life, the more expansion you're going to have. Basically, I feel like this is really going to help you expand in a lot of ways. This is really going to help you, see the hidden truth of situations. I feel like the more you tap into kind of your darker side, the more you tap into the hidden truth about things that I feel like, again, could be heartbreaking, could be painful, but it allows you to channel, it allows you to connect, it allows you to really find resources that ultimately create space for you to kind of take action in a more pronounced way, to take actions in a more strong way. I feel like um, it's like standing up. It's like stand up kind of energy. Like stand up. Like don't fall down. Like stand up. And sometimes people fall down, but it's important to get back up again. As long as you have that mentality, And we all have bad days. We all, mental health is so important. People really do struggle with depression, anxiety, you know, a lot of that is based on our, you know, reality of life. And I'm not going to sit down here and say, like, oh, like, it's because of this, it's because of that. A lot of it is because, you know, there's different reasons to why people have mental health issues, but I wouldn't say issues, but I feel like essentially people who go through that are people who have really deep, intense ways of thinking, and it's like this energy of there needs to be a light bulb switch, right? There needs to be a way for you guys to cope so it doesn't fully keep you held back. Like there is this energy of like freeing yourself. There's this energy of like movement forward here. Like take my hand and like let's just go on an adventure kind of energy. So maybe you guys want to like go out more, or maybe you guys want to like vacation, or there is this energy of really like tapping into your more wild side. Like there needs to be a balance between the two. Um, I feel like there could be this energy though where your childhood wounds or your childlike self could sometimes feel um, a little bit kind of sheltered. I'm getting that energy, so you could feel like a little bit protective over your inner child, which makes you kind of fall again prey to these very cold and bitter and angry energies. And this could be due to your inner child really feeling like you're not receiving that type of love that you may have wanted or you may have, you know, needed as a kid. But you need to give that to yourself. You need to give that to your own inner child, and that's the only way things are really going to allow you to be more comfortable within situations that may feel uncomfy. You know, it's like being in a room with people who, you know, have a lot of, you know, unhealed wounds, and you could tell that their inner child is suffering. And it could be hard, it could be sad, but essentially, if your inner child is awakened, is happy, is lively, you know, you might get side eyes, you might get people, you know, hating on you for your light, but you know, you might also get people being inspired. Deep down, those people who envy or hate on you or intimidated, deep down there's something within you that they are inspired by. They just don't see it that way. And you know, a lot of times it can be, again, it could be perceptions of how they view things. Everyone's, you know, life is a different experience of what they've been through, right? Everyone sees things through a different perspective. You know, if someone has been through um, a situation that's been way more traumatic, their eyes and their vision is going to be a little bit more complex. You know, they're going to see things through a more you know, less of a broadened spectrum. Guys, I hope I'm like really making sense to you guys, because I'm just like channeling like what I'm just talking about what I'm like 2028 on my timer. I'm just talking to you guys. I want to make this more of like a cozy kind of video, but yeah, there is this kind of like there is this kind of energy. Yeah, it's like you have to take action to invest in yourself here. Take action to be patient on what you've been investing in. It's like the more you invest in yourself, the more you invest in your own projects, the more you invest on positive movement forward, the more this kind of falls away. The more this negative energy kind of like falls back, right? The more they like don't really, the more they can't block you. It's kind of the energy here. Um, but I'm getting that there is this kind of this new beginning here that's going to really allow you to really like spark up. It's going to allow you to really recharge yourself. 29 on my timer. Like I'm getting like there's something coming into your space or your field that's really going to give you like a wake up call. Like it's going to snap you out of it. Like I'm getting that energy. Like something's going to snap you out of it, and it's going to be you're going to be more adamant on really taking control of your life, taking the reins of your life in a positive way. Um, I feel like you're also just purging and clearing out old energies that have been really like still trying to like simmer in your energy, like sit in there and just kind of like, you know, chill up in your energy. And I feel like this has a lot to do with you know, healing parts of yourself here. Yeah, trusting yourself here. We have we have listen and manifest. So 0, 1, 2. Yeah, I feel like you guys need to trust in yourselves here. You need to trust that you're getting clarity, you're receiving a lot, you're transforming a lot. I feel like the more you kind of fall into this energy of just like letting the wind take you where you need to go, the more you just like breathe and like realize that things happen for a reason, the more you kind of let go and surrender, the more you see things through like the more you see things from a light perspective, I would say. It's like dust yourself off, you know? It's really finding a balance here. I feel like there's also this energy of really needing to trust your energy, right? I feel like you need to balance out your masculine and feminine side here. 3113 on my timer. There is, you know, there could be this kind of war between your masculine energy and your masculine and feminine energy. But once you balance the two and you just like you just be, you don't focus too much on, you know, you don't focus too much on the overdoing of a situation, on the over controlling of a situation. That's like masculine energy. Masculine energy, you want to like take action, you want to control, you want to dominate over something, and the feminine energy is more like you want to be receptive, be passive. But those are kind of like wounded masculine and feminine energies. I feel like the more you trust yourself, the more you just really focus on knowing that you are okay, knowing that you are moving forward, knowing that everything is really taking place for new things to come into your life, you know. It's like, think of it as like a washing away. Think of it as like a baptism. Like you are being baptized here. You are being cleansed and stripped away. 3223 on my timer. Of the old ways, of the old patterns, and you know, you could even be going through an ego death. I feel like whatever you're manifesting right now, you could be seeing 1221 as well. Whatever you're manifesting right now, it's important for you to really like listen to yourself. Listen to the things around you, right? It's like when you're feeling like stuck down to a situation, or when you're feeling bound to a situation, like think about it. Like, what are you listening to? Like, what are you focusing on? You know, it's like if someone is really, if someone is saying something to you and they're one thing seems negative and you listen to it and you're focused on the negative pattern, um, the more you're gonna be, you know, thinking suspiciously. Is this person, you know, thinking this of me? This person, yada yada yada, whatever that is. I feel like you just need to like strip that away. Your ego just wants to talk. Your ego wants to be like me. Your ego loves to think, you know, everything's about you, right? Your ego loves to think. 3333 on my timer. Your ego basically likes to play games with you. And I feel like the more you're like secure within yourself, the more you're secure and you're rooted in who you are, the more you really align with your truest self and you don't let other people, you know, misguide you. You don't let other people's judgments really affect you. The more you listen to yourself and the more you listen to what the universe is really giving you, like that person having a conversation, something about it could actually really be telling you something about yourself. Like if you see it in a way where you're like thinking negatively, you're thinking like, why are they thinking this of me? Think about it. Be like, okay, why am I thinking that they're thinking negative about me? This is something that I'm thinking about myself. Maybe I need to look at that. Maybe I need to see something for what it is. And I feel like there is this energy of there's this energy of trusting yourself, trusting in what you're manifesting, because whatever you're manifesting here, it's really beautiful. I'm really seeing that. I'm seeing that there is a lot of like new, I'm getting like an awakening here as well. I feel like you're opening this treasure chest essentially. The more you kind of listen to yourself, the more you kind of listen to your inner strength, inner spirit, because I'm getting an energy of someone's inner strength who's very, or inner spirit who's very, very powerful, very, very strong. But it's like you're scared to tap into that power. And this could be because you're scared to trust yourself. You're scared to trust into that, you're scared to do that trust fall into the universe. You're scared to trust yourself and trust the unknown, whatever's coming in based on this Three of Swords energy. Based on, is someone going to sabotage me? Is someone going to come in to try to ruin me or ruin my life or whatever this is? Not even ruin my life, but like, is someone gonna come in to try to, disrupt my foundation? Is someone gonna come in to try to like, cause pain for me? It's that kind of like devil energy that needs to just be kind of cleansed out of your energy. It needs to be really, and not to say that everything, because everything is, there's polarity to everything, right? There's a negative and there's a positive, but your ego likes to trap you into this mindset where you're so consumed with like, "Ah, this experience is so bad, so it's all negative." But no, like the experience could actually be it's a dual experience. Maybe you're seeing it so negative because the way that you are enduring the situation, you're internalizing a negative experience. And bear with me, guys, because I'm not saying that like someone's gonna come in, or I'm not saying if someone comes in and like, shoots you, like obviously that's a negative experience, like don't get me wrong. But you know guys, this analogy is so crazy, but like bear with me. But maybe they shot you, but you survived, and now you have a story to tell, and now you're, that kind of situation, it could have definitely scarred you, but at least it gave you kind of this like um inspirational story. Like, I could have made a way better analogy, but I chose that one, of course. But I feel like, yeah, whatever is taking place right now, guys, it's really like testing you. I feel like the universe is saying, like, are you going to, are you going to keep yourself in a perspective where everything is just, you're just so consumed with the negative, or so consumed with the spell work, the magic, all that stuff. It's like that is what's blocking your magic. That is what's stopping your magic. 3737 my timer, because you're so focused on other people really trying to take your magic that you're essentially giving them power to do that. And I know that it can be hard. I know it can be hard. Sometimes you just want to like attack, right? That's just sometimes you, and hey, I'm not saying that like it's important to stand up for yourself sometimes. It's important to be like, hey, but it's the way that you choose your battles. It's important to choose your battles wisely. It's important to choose your battles so that you don't get yourself caught up in the remedy of wanting to, wanting to defend yourself so much, wanting to prove your point so much. It's like sometimes things just aren't necessary to prove your point. And I know like sometimes I get the ick with myself because I find myself like falling into the trap of like freaking um getting like defensive or like proving a point to someone, and then I'm just like, okay, like why do I have to do that? Like I don't need to be doing that. But hey, that's like a part of my shadow side that I need to embrace. Sometimes I do find myself over consuming or being over consumed with the idea of like people's judgments. And I think this has to do a lot about a lesson of self-love, the self-love that you have within yourself. What do you allow? What do you accept? Are you going to accept someone to treat you that way? Are you going to accept someone to let you, like, to act that way towards you without, like, saying something, or without just, like, showing up for yourself? Like, that's what's important here. Because, like, the more you let them poke you, the more you let them instigate, the more that they get control and the more they feel powerful and you feel powerless. Yeah, take a breather. Last quarter moon in Cancer and first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. Yeah, so just breathe, guys. Getting this energy, just Just breathe here. Breathe. The more you tap into the energy of relaxation, the more you tap into the energy of knowing you're safe, knowing you're loved, feeling comfortable, really pushing through insecurities, the more you're stepping into your power, the more you are tapped in and tuned into your power. Um, yeah, it's time to take action, guys. It's time to take action. I feel like there's no more of this dilly dally. There's no more of this kind of like going back and forth from the past, going back and forth from, seeing things from a past perspective. I feel like essentially this new beginning here is really tapping you into new ways where you can really kind of accentuate yourself, really stepping into ways that you can really cultivate your power here. I feel like it's giving you a big wake up call. Like I'm getting like energy of like this is a really big wake up call for you to just trust, for you to let your hair down, for you to not worry so much about, also not worry so much about like if something's going to be stripped away from you if you do something. Cause I also like, I'm getting this kind of energy where it's like if you feel like you make one wrong move, right, then everything is just going to be dismantled for you. Like that's an illusion. 4114 my timer, you're fine. Like whatever you do, it's like one day, you act out of impulse and you do something that you wouldn't regularly do, you're not gonna get like no, you're fine. You're not gonna fall back to your past ways. Like I feel like there's this energy of being so scared to fall into the past patterns of yourself or in the past situations, to have these past situations kind of like re enter your life in a different way or something like that. 4141 my timer. The more you fall victim to this idea of like being trapped in the past or being trapped in like this energy of like something from the, or someone's going to come into my life and they're going to be exactly like someone from the past. Like no, like I feel like there's this energy of really needing to like trust yourself and really needing to like allow yourself to learn and educate yourself now. Like really focus on what's moving forward here for you. Getting a lot about like sensuality here as well, even though there's just one fire, like Ace of Wands energy. Yeah, focus your mind here. Um, this is like tapping into your sensual expression as well. I feel like your sensual expression is what your power is. Your raw authenticity of who you really are, that taps you into your true power here. I'm like fanning myself, like, whoo, feeling good. Okay, focus your mind. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. Yeah, so it's like this paradigm of really falling into the rabbit hole of um, falling into the rabbit hole of like needing to prove a point, needing to do this, needing to be that, needing to act a certain way to be in everyone's good graces, right? The more you fall victim to the dark side, the more you fall victim to this dark energy. And that's why it's important for you to embrace. That's why it's important for you to embrace the shadow side of yourself and to embrace those sides of yourself that are kind of, you kind of are, you're scared to tap into, because I feel like what comes with it um could be kind of like harsh battles. 4334 my timer. The more it's like the more you tap into your shadow side, the more um you feel a lot more, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like you feel a lot more free the more you tap into your shadow side. But there could be a lot of people who don't want you to tap into that. They don't want you to tap into kind of like the duality, or if you do, there's kind of this lingering like resentment about this. um but I feel like you just need to let the haters hate, let them say what they want to say, and just really kind of take that initiative to stop holding yourself back. Stop letting greedy people dictate how you feel or what you do, because it's like 4422 on my timer. The more control they have over controlling your mind, the more they feel like they can take over your blessings here. We have count your blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. Yeah, showing gratitude to the universe, showing gratitude to what you are manifesting. If you haven't been aware, you guys have manifested like crazy. You guys are really powerful manifestors. 4444 my timer. the more when you focus your mind, you really tap into like this very strong alchemist energy. You guys can basically create like anything when you really tap into this very like this faithful energy. Yeah, again with okay, these are both like this is giving me like the full energy. This is heavy like leaps of faith here. I'm ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. Yeah, earth angel. Yeah. It's taking that leap of faith and knowing that you are ready to spread your wings. You know, you're ready to do things for the greater good of humanity, right? It's like stop allowing yourself to play small for other people's liking, because in reality, when you play big, when you take on that big role, when you embody, when you take up space, the more, you know, the more opportunities come in for you, the more people want to, you know, the more people see you for who you are. Like don't allow yourself to like put yourself in a shell, because you know, not everyone 45 my timer. Okay, I'm gonna probably end this video soon. Just been, you know, speaking. The more that you kind of the more you just allow people to really just block you because you're internalizing it so much and you're kind of just at this place where you're always just like it's like everyone's gonna have their opinions. Not everyone's gonna like you, and not everyone should like you. If everyone likes you, I mean, hey, that's I don't know. But you know, everyone has their own opinions. Everyone has their own, you know, situations, and it's okay for people not to like you. But you know, again, it's like tapping into that shadow element of yourself, like maybe reasons why you hold on to this fear of not people not liking you, like maybe there's feelings of like, you know, rejection, there's feelings of abandonment, there's feelings of, you know, feeling not worthy or not good enough, and that needs to go away, darling. That needs to be done with, because you are good enough. You are blessed, and it's okay to not it's like it's okay to really just be true to yourself even when others feel like you're doing something wrong. That's basically what I'm getting. Like, don't allow other people's fears, their own judgments, their own perceptions, their own chained ways of thinking to block you from creating something great, to block you from being great. Um, damn. Yeah, that's really the energy I'm getting from this reading. I feel like this reading was kind of all over the place. Like the way I was speaking was kind of everywhere, but I think that just like ties into the message. I feel like Spirit is really saying like your mind could be everywhere right now. I feel like your mind could be in like all different dimensions is what I'm hearing. 47 on my timer. Like your mind could be kind of like you could be burning yourself out because you're putting so much energy on like other people's external realities on you. Like I feel like now is the time to really put all your focus and your energy on like what you are obtaining, what you are doing, you know, what you can do to change, what you can do to transform, what you can do to manifest. You know, focus on your hobbies, focus on what makes you happy. Right now is really a time to really focus on what makes you happy, guys. Like I can't stress this enough. Like the devil wants you to go back to the way my eyes itching too. The devil wants you to go back to this energy of, you know, feeling restrained, right? Feeling heartbroken, feeling like the past is your prison. But no, you know, you're free. You're free to step into your power. You're free to do what you want. You're free to be who you are. And you shouldn't allow other people 48 on my timer. You shouldn't allow, you know, other people's fear of being truly who they are to, you know, make you hold yourself back, right? Like, you know, I understand that it's like you are who you surround yourself with. I get that energy because sometimes I feel that way too. Like I find myself like if I'm around people sometimes where it's like I kind of morph into their energy, and that's something that's like kind of difficult for me to like be able to work with, because sometimes it's like I tap into other people's energy and sometimes it's like not for my best interest, because like if they're like negative and bitter and like whatever harsh, I find myself kind of like being that way, and I don't like that. So it's important to really like make that wall be like, okay, like I know my own feelings, I know how I am, and I know how someone else is, and you know, my perception is not going to change, or I'm not going to fall easily into this 4949 my timer. Fall easily into this idea of like, okay, like this way, it has to be this way or whatever, because someone else basically is also I'm going on a tangent here, but 5005 in my timer. Again, I know this video was kind of everywhere, but basically the emphasis of this video is like you're really rising into your power. You're really rising into this mode of like taking action, taking initiative, being real with yourself. Being real with the fact that you need to strip away layers of yourself that make you feel very um, insecure, very fearful, um, very kind of stagnant, because that is what's making you like stop yourself from listening to what you're creating, listening to the manifestations, listening to what's being brought into your life, right? And yeah, I feel like the petty mind games and all the self-sabotage and all the jealousy and all that stuff is no longer going to affect you, and you're going to have a very like clear mind. You're going to be able to speak clearly, you're going to be able to think clearly when you get out or when you just cleanse your energy away from this. 5115 on my timer. um but yeah, I'm gonna leave that here, guys. Hopefully that video resonated with you guys. um I will make another video. I'm probably gonna make another video after this, but thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if this video resonated with you guys, and I will see you guys next video. Bye bye. Toodles.